to the first video of my channel. It is October 28th, 2024, 9:42 p.m. I have decided on one of my cosplays for C2E2. It's my first time going to a cosplay convention. I'm so excited. I'm going with my beautiful roommate, Luet can cosplay. I will chuck her links down in the little information box. Okay, so I'm going to C2E2 in November, December, January, March, April. 5 months. I have 5 months to build my cosplay for day 2, which is Pike Trickfoot from Critical Role's Vox Machina campaign. I was introduced to actually the animated series first by a friend, and fell in love with the show. Started watching the campaign maybe 2 weeks ago. I'm 16 episodes in. And I have fully decided to dedicate the next 5 months of my life to building this cosplay. So I'm gonna get started as soon as possible, but I wanted to take you guys along. I have a ton of inspiration photos that I will throw up on the screen right now, but let's get started. Hi. So after a couple of hours of research and maybe a little bit of hyperfixation, but you know what? We don't talk about that. I have started compiling a bunch of stuff for the build. I am taking some serious inspiration from 2 amazing people, one artist and one cosplayer. The artist's name is Andy the Accursed, or @undercoverchris on Twitter. I refuse to call it X. And this is his drawing of Pikey. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. It is just incredible. So I'm definitely taking inspiration from them. My apologies. I'm taking inspiration from them. And then the other person I am taking heavy inspiration from is Cheesecake Panda Cosplay on Instagram. I saw their Pike cosplay and was immediately inspired. So I will be using some of their armor patterns that I got off of their Etsy, and I will put some photos of their Pike cosplay that I'm drawing inspiration from up on the screen here. Both of these beautiful humans links will be down in the description box. Please go check them out. They are incredible. Andy's artwork was from like 2017, but they are still doing some incredible artwork. They have commissions open at the time that I'm looking at their page. And Cheesecake Panda is still doing some incredible cosplay work. So please go support her and all of her incredible creativity. Yeah, let's get started. Hello. Good morning. It's not morning. It's noontime. Anyways, I just got out of a class. God love sophomore year of college at the theater school at DePaul. But oh God, what day is it? Let's start this over. It is October 30th, 2024. 12:03 p.m. Just got out of a class. I already said this. I just got out of a class. I spent my whole morning trying to get Critical Role 10-year anniversary live show tickets. The amazing cast of Critical Role is coming to Manchester Arena here in Chicago, Illinois, which is actually my school's basketball arena. And I was very lucky to be able to get a ticket. I was on the Discord with many a critter who were not able to get tickets because of scalpers and because of Ticketmaster. But I am very grateful to have been able to get a ticket thanks to my beautiful mother, who was able to get it for me while I was in class. And I spent the majority of class helping her with that, but I'm so grateful, and I'm so excited. It is the day before C2V2, so I will most likely be going to that show in my Pike cosplay, and then the next day going to C2V2 in my Pike cosplay as well. But I'm so excited for that. So that's another thing on our agenda. Let's see. On today's list. Oh, yes. Today we are going to try and sketch a preliminary draft of the cosplay idea. Want to put this out there. I am not an artist. I suck ass at drawing. So, bear with me. But we will be doing that today. I'm hoping to get it done within the next couple of days. This was something that I didn't mention the other day, but I will be sewing my own base, undergarments, and making my own armor pieces. A lot of the accessory pieces I am planning on purchasing from lovely creators across the internet and Etsy. Of course, when I end up purchasing those things, they will all get the incredible credit that they deserve for their wonderful artistry, and their links will be down in the description. And I'll be giving credit as I go along as I compile these items. A lot of them will be items that I have from prior Renaissance festivals, or, costumes from Renaissance fairs, stuff like that. So I will try and compile all of those wonderful artists for you guys. But let's get started on this drawing, shall we? And I'm gonna get some lunch. I just heard my stomach growling and it sounds angry. So let's get something to eat and let's get drawing. Good morning. It is, oh my God, it's so hot in here. Good morning. It is November 20th at 10:53 a.m. We're getting a late start this morning. I am back home in California. I'm back home. So we are going to go to some fabric stores up here that I know that have discount bins, and search for fabrics for Pike. But first, we're gonna go get coffee. Let's go get coffee. One of my favorite places here. We'll get coffee. We'll get a breakfast sandwich because I haven't eaten anything, and I went to the gym the last 3 days, building out those Pike guns. Let's go. Actually, my goal is to look like Vi from Arcane, as unattainable as that is. But Mom's pulling out of the driveway. Let's go get fabric, but first get coffee. Hello. You're gonna sit in my car with me for a second while I eat. So I went to Better Buzz. This place opened up, oh god, I want to say like maybe half a year ago here in San Clemente, and I've been obsessed. So I got their breakfast sandwich, which is gorgeous. It's like arugula and bacon. Oh, it's really hot. And egg and an awesome sriracha sauce on this bun, which I'm obsessed with. And then I got their cinnamon cream cold brew, which is worth the extra calories for the day, just because I'm currently on a cut. But I was really craving it. And you know what? I'm working myself so hard in the gym. So I am going to treat myself. But while we're eating, let's talk about the plan for the day. So my plan is to head over to Joann Fabrics, which the one near my house, oh, so good. The one near my house has a bargain bin. And today, we are mainly looking for scrap fabric to do our mock-ups, because I do have to do a mock-up, for the shirt and the skirt. I want to do both. And then we will look for fabric for the skirt, the shirt, ribbing for the shirt, like gold detailing, and then the little like satin neckerchief thing. That's so good. I don't have any napkins! It's okay, I have some in my glove box. I'll get them later. But I'm gonna put it up on the screen. You saw, like, in one of the last couple clips, my drawing. I took very heavy inspiration from, oh my god, I can't remember her name. I think it was, like, Cupcake Panda or something like that. I'll put it up on the screen because I know I'm wrong in some form, for the drawing. And I also took into account this lovely artist's name, which I will also put up on the screen because I can't remember for shit. That was just an inspiration drawing. So, I'm not planning on having the skirt being super flowy like that. And I'm not planning on having the skirt come to a point, like in the center. Like in that loin piece. What I am planning on is having two more rectangular pieces of a shearer fabric that go to the floor, that on the front piece will have the symbol of Sarenrae, and they will be snapped onto a waist piece, like a waistband, and they can be the back one can be interchangeable with a more drop silhouette skirt, kind of like the photo, in that same sheer fabric. I want to be able to have interchangeability of the pieces, so that I'm not just stuck with one. I think would be really fun to kind of make thigh armor as well, so that when I have the two just back rectangular pieces of the skirt, I can wear my thigh armor. And if I wanted to go a more feminine, not battle look, I can take off those thigh pieces and I can add the back skirt. So that's the plan. That's what has changed from the drawing. I think the shoulder pauldrons are also probably going to change.
But again, we are focusing on undergarments and base layers today. The armor is not going to come for a couple of months. So now that we have the plan, let's head to Joann's. Look in those bargain bins. There's also a Hobby Lobby. I'm going back and forth on my second day. I really would love to do a Vi cosplay. Like, not the new look, not the emo pit fighter look, like the season 1 with the pink jacket and the gray striped pants. And like, oh my God, I had her hair for so long. I had the side buzz, I had the pixie, like, but, well, I found a great cosplay resource online that will make the costume, but it's expensive. And I'm already making Pikes, which is, you know, a significant amount of money. I have Ellie in my back pocket. Could do that. I could do Daniela Demetrescu, but that's just like a hassle with all the blood and the gore, and like that takes a lot, especially when it becomes sticky and gross throughout the day. So I don't know. We're going back and forth, but we will figure it out. We have until April. So the main focus is Pike right now. But I'm gonna eat, and then we'll get on the road. Entire shelf here, labeled Cosplay. Look at this fabric. And it's reversible. It's so pretty. Oh, things are falling. So I'm back in that original row. I found this chiffon, which is gorgeous. It's like perfectly hair color. But this satin, you can't really see it on, thank you for talking to me. You can't really see it, but it's not the same color, which pisses me off. So we are on the hunt for a satin or satin-like fabric that is the same color as the chiffon. Okay, so here's the plan. I'm gonna use this satin that almost matches the skirt chiffon for the main portion of the shirt.
Welcome. A team member is nearby to assist you.
And then I'm going to get a darker satin for the square portion cut out of the arm and the neckerchief. I think is my plan. And all of this stuff is relatively not super expensive, which I'm very happy about. So let's go searching. Wait.
Before you do it.
I think we found it. I'm gonna keep looking just in case. Specialty cotton. This is all like really shiny stuff. Yeah. Oh. Again, it's really green. What's with the green tones? Anyways, I don't want to mix fabrics. I'm already mixing enough fabrics. I think I like the darker blue better. It's still not right though. Maybe let's just go with a cotton. Because then I can like quilt it. Because that's just a little bit darker. I love this one. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay. We're gonna go put the satin back. The broadcloth is on sale. We don't have the color I like. It's fine. How is the cotton more expensive than the satin? We've got our mock-up fabric. We're back home. We're home. We got all the fabric that we needed for the main bases, plus 4 yards of muslin for mock-up. At just under $64. I also had to get some supplies because I didn't realize that my sister had used some of my supplies. Because we share the sewing machine, we share the sewing materials. So, of course she's gonna use some of the supplies, which is cool. So I had to get extra stuff. But let's give a little bit of a haul. Most of the fabric was on sale, which was great. Joanne was having their big winter sale, but most of the notions were not, which was a little sad. So I spent a little bit more than I would have liked,
but it was still a really good price for what I got. So I got some marking pencils just because the marking pencils that we had were like stubs. I got new fabric shears because the fabric shears that we have got used for paper and they're super dull. So I got bobbins because we were bobbins. We were running out of bobbins. I got gold bias tape for the edge of the skirt. And then I got, where's the other? It's in here somewhere. 3 different threads. I got a gold metallic for the bias tape that I'll probably hand sew on. And then the gold ribbing on the sleeves. And then I got 2 different blues to match the fabrics that I got. Okay, now on to the fabrics. I got this beautiful chiffon for the skirt. I'm probably gonna bunch it up and do some nice pleating with it. But it's just gorgeous. And it's like the perfect Pike color. I got, let's see, is my receipt still in here? No, but this is. I got 2 yards of this. So that's 6 feet. I'm 5 feet. On the back, we should be good. So I got this. I will fold these later. I got the satin for the shirt, which this is the inside side, but this is the, it's so pretty. I've never worked with satin before. I know it's a pain in the ass. So I'm going to do some research after I finish the mock-up on how to work with satin correctly, because I cannot afford, I got enough fabric to afford for mess-ups, but I can't afford to go and buy more fabric on my student budget. So I got 1.5 yards of the satin, and the shirt calls for only 1 yard. I had to get the brocade. I saw it in the cosplay section, and I went, you're kidding. Like, it's so Pike coated. So I got 1/2 yard of this, because it's freaking reversible. It's reversible. It's gorgeous. It is just like, has Pike written all over it. So I think instead of making the Saran Ray symbol on the skirt just plain gold, I think I'm going to make it out of this. Make it a little bit more interesting. See if we can work this in. Because this is just gorgeous. I got 1/2 yard just to have. Because it's so pretty, and the Saran Ray won't take more than 1/4 yard, which is like, because it's not going to be very big. It'll probably be, this is, you know, it's folded in half, so it'll probably be about this big. So I'll have lots of this fabric left to just have and to play with, because it is gorgeous. And then I got the, I believe it is, yeah, it's a Kona cotton. I got 1 yard of this. This is for the detailing on the shoulders, which you can see in my drawing. I'll pop it right here. That little like cutout on the shoulders. Taking inspiration from Cupcake Panda. I can't remember their name. I will look up their name. So I got this. I got 1 yard. Yeah, 1 yard of this cotton fabric, just because I don't need a ton of it. It's always good to have extra cotton fabric, and this color is gorgeous. And then for, I can't believe I actually got this deal. The muslin, the real muslin, which muslin used to be like what I used for all my stuff because it was cheap, it was inexpensive, and then everybody got a hold of it and figured out how much everybody loved muslin, and so the price cranked up. But I was able to get 4 yards of this gorgeous muslin for $4 or $5.99 a yard. And then it was on sale, which it was 30% off, which was amazing. So I ended up paying like a little under $17 for 4 yards of this like pure white muslin woven fabric, which I will be using for my mock-up. What I do with my mock-ups is I make them, I then alter them, and then tear them apart and use the pieces as the pattern. And then it makes it easier to like reuse the patterns. I find that the patterns don't rip because they're fabric pattern pieces. And if I want a white version of the piece, I can always just stitch it back together. I got a shit ton of this fabric because I know I'm probably just going to be draping the skirt. It is always good to have white muslin on hand. But that is what I got. What I am still missing, because they had some of this, but I didn't like what they had. I am still missing the gold cording for this. What else sewing wise? I may need to go get some new needles for my machine. I don't need to do that today though. I still have a couple, but knowing me, I'll end up breaking needles. And yeah, I got the bias tape. I guess that's really all I need. I might need pins, more pins. Because I only have like this many pins with me here. So I might need to go get more. I might have more in my stash. I'm really not sure. So, yeah. The cording, the pins, the needles. I'll probably end up getting other things as I need them along the way. But once my dad is out of a meeting and I have access to the printer, we are going to start on the mock-up. I haven't taken my measurements in a solid while. So I will be taking my measurements, figuring out, I know I'm either a medium or a large in the pattern. Here's the thing about, can we just take a minute and talk about sizing? We're going to talk about sizing. So I am 5'1" and just about 160 pounds. Now, I am a little bit heftier than people usually are at my age and my height because I was on a bulk. I am a massive gym rat. It's like my alter ego. It goes theater person, weird crafter, gym rat. So I was on a bulk. I am now on a cut, which means that I am keeping all of the gorgeous, amazing muscle mass that I have built up over my bulk and just kind of getting rid of that extra body fat that I don't need. Here's the issue with being short. I'm 5'1", I'm like a little bit, but I have really like smushed ribs. So like my torso is not proportionate to like the length of my legs and the length of my hips. So like when you look at me, I only have like an inch of space between my bottom rib and my hip bone, which sucks. So like sizing for me is really weird because I'm always in between a medium and a large for like bust and rib wise because I have a large or bust and I have wide ribs and wide square shoulders, but my waist is super tiny. So what always ends up happening when I make my own clothing is I have to size up for my shoulders and my chest and then take it all in for my waist. And the same, I mean, I'm not making my own pants, thank God, but I'm going to have the same issue with the armor is like, I have wide hips and wide thighs. So it's good that I'm making my own costume, but it's going to cause me cramp. But once I have access to the printer, we will print out the pattern and we'll start on the mock-up. I'm not sure if I still have my dress form. It might have gotten thrown away because it was broken. But we will see. I'm gonna go show my mom all the fabrics that I bought. Forgive the hair. It's hat hair and I could care less. This is my beautiful brother, SE600. Gorgeous machine. Love her. We still have the dress form, so we're gonna get her out. My pattern is printing. I have changed into pajamas. Let's go. So I finished taping together my pattern, my beautiful pattern, which is the Merida.com cosplay sleeve pattern. I got it on Etsy, and I will link it below. But now that it's all taped out on my bedroom floor, I'm going to cut it out. And then I think I'm probably going to move to my living room because there's more space and more light in there. And my back is bugging me, so we're going to do this on a table. So yeah. I'm also currently watching episode 30 of Campaign 1, which is the Halloween episode, and it's too many giggles. I can't, I'm like distracted because I'm looking over at my laptop half the time. But yeah, let's get cutting. Alright, so I have gotten out my lovely dress form. Her name is Bertha. She has been sized to my measurements. She has a little shirt, like romper thing that I got years ago, as a cover-up. She is wearing one of my old bras so that the bust is correct. I have all of my patterns cut out. Pattern pieces cut out for the mock-up. So it's time to get sewing! Okay, so I have a decent portion of the mock-up for the shirt done. I put the darts in the front of the shirt, along with the back. I have not pressed them yet. We'll press it in a second. The opening is on the back, which is perfect because then I can put a zipper there. But so far, I have like this shape. Hold on. Let me see if I can move the camera. Yeah. I have like this with the darts, think it looks really good. So I'm gonna press this and then
12 seconds later.
I'm not gonna press the mock-up. I'm not gonna press the mock-up because I don't want to. Okay. I tried on the mock-up of this. Like I talked about when I was talking about sizing, I have a really small torso. So we had to bring up the shoulders, and I'm gonna pin and dart those so that the back can have a zipper implemented into it. And then I'm just going to take off a little bit of this back here because it's just a little bit too long. But otherwise, the main portion of the shirt fits great. I'm gonna do these darts on my dress form, and then we'll sew it in and we'll try it on again, and then we'll add sleeves and the waistband. All right, so what I have done is I had Mom pin on my shoulders, and then I took that and I darted it. And then because I did it inside out, so this is on the right side of the fabric instead of on the inside of the fabric, I measured out a 5/8 seam allowance, which is what the rest of the pattern has. And then I measured around my, the back nape of my neck to make this just a little bit wider. I opened up the underarms, and now this dress form is a little bit wider than me. But now you can see that there will be perfect line for either zipper or tie closures. And this is what the front looks like. It's gorgeous. So now that I have that done, I'm going to move on to the sleeves, which we start off with the cuffs. So I will be doing that. We're doing that now. All right, so here's what I've done for the sleeves. One, I followed the pattern. These are the sleeve cuffs. I followed the pattern. It's a slip-on, kind of thing. But I think I want it a little bit tighter. So I need one where I am going to attach a button. When you attach a button, what I'm going to do now is just dig in a little bit because I have really small wrists. I'm going to dig in and then resew the hem to add a button. Yeah. I take back the previous statement about the cuffs because looking at the pattern, they need to be a certain way. So I'm just going to sew these together. So now I have the sleeve cuffs, and they will end up being folded over like this. So we are going to go do some sleeves. I hate gathering sleeves. I hate gathering sleeves with a passion. But we have it gathered. Did I break a needle? Yeah. I was going too fast on my sewing machine. Thankfully, I have replacements. Oh, that was dead. But let's see. It's not finished. You still have to fold the cuff over, but it looks so pretty. It's really nice. It slides on great. It looks amazing. So now we're gonna fold this over and do it all again. And hopefully not break a needle this time. I am currently listening to episode 31, which is the Gunpowder Plot Part 1. So, it's their old setup and everything. And I am hand stitching the cuffs onto this sleeve. The only thing that I hate more than gathering is hand stitching. It's so silly because I'm just going to end up taking this mock-up apart and using it as a pattern. But you know what? The work we do for good cosplay matters. So I'm halfway through this. It's taken me about 15 minutes. So it'll take me an hour to do this. Lovely. Okay. It's the mock-up's done. So this obviously will not be cut out. I cut out the sleeve so that I could see length and shape. But the sleeves are done. I love the sleeves. I am going to run to Michael's to get snaps for the skirt and a zipper. And then we're gonna seam rip this and sew the shirt. I don't know, maybe we can get it done tonight. It's only 7:30, so let's go. Okay, so we're back from Michael's. It's around 8:15. I got snaps and a snap planner. I got 2 really cool detailing ribbons that I'm going to use to detail the arm bits. And I got a zipper. So, let's tear that bad boy apart and get going. Alright, so we have all of our gorgeous satin cut out. And I'm now going to put in the darts, being very careful not to screw this up. Alright, now that these beautiful seams are pressed, gorgeous, I'm going to start putting things together!
Hi. So my phone died, and I also forgot to record stuff. It is November 20th, 11:27 p.m. I am going to bed because I have to get up to take my dad to a procedure in the morning. But I have one sleeve completely done except for the detailing. And I will show you in the morning. My goal is to get it completely done tomorrow, but we're leaving for a camping trip on Friday, so it might not get done tomorrow. But I'm gonna go to bed. See you in the morning. Night night. It is the next day, so it is November 21st. And as I'm sure you can see, I made a ton of progress last night that, as you guys probably knew from the last clip, I forgot to film. But one of the sleeves is on the top already. I just finished the second one and I'm going to show it to you guys. So the cuffs came out beautifully. There's a ton of hand sewing on the inside, which wasn't the most fun, but hey. I then did a cross stitch pattern on the Kona cotton that we got with my gold thread to kind of give it a little bit of texture, and I just top stitched it on. We're gonna cover this with the gold cording, so it doesn't really matter that it's a little bit messy. We're gonna do a lot of detailing hand sewn on, and then right now I am going to attach the sleeve, the second sleeve, to the top, and then we will try it on and we'll put in the zipper, and then we'll start doing bias tape. We'll start doing detailing. My goal is to get it done today because we are leaving for a desert trip tomorrow, and we don't have a ton of time before Thanksgiving when we come back, so I'd like to have it all cleaned up today. So yeah, that's the plan. Right, the sleeves are put on. It's gorgeous. I just tried it on. It fits. So now I am going to install the zipper and start cleaning up the edges with that gold bias tape that I got yesterday. You guys. I'm obsessed. There's a little gaping in the back, but that will be fixed once I have the corset on. What? I made this. Just putting that out there. I made this. Oh my god, it looks so good. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, so now that the full shirt is finished, I'm going to clean up the edges. Need some serious, it's satin subrays, with double wide bias tape and my gold thread. I will be doing it on the machine. I'm gonna try and keep it as neat as possible, but... So the shirt no longer fits on the dress form just because this is fitted closed. I can't get it over the shoulders just because this doesn't move like a normal body does. But the bias tape is done. It fits. It's beautiful. I'm not gonna focus on getting the I'm not gonna focus on getting the arm detailing done because I have to go pack and everything. But the main portion of this top is finished, and it looks just fantastic. And once it's fully detailed, I will show you guys what it looks like on. But yeah, that's that done. Welcome back. It is December 1st, 2024, 2:40 p.m. on the dot. She's beautiful. She's my baby. In the past week or two, after my trip and after prepping for Thanksgiving, I have added the gold chain ribbon detailing. I just hot glued it on. I was going to sew it, but this cord was not really working great with my gold thread. So I just kind of hot glued it. There are a couple of places where the silk has just frayed. So that is something that I need to fix. I believe it happened, just on that one side. So that's not much of a big deal. I think actually I just didn't sew the silk into the bias tape enough. So I'm just gonna kind of use a little bit of Cosplayer's Best Friend and glue it because I'm not seam ripping the whole thing and doing it over again. My dad fixed my stand. Bertha did not have a stand for the longest time because the legs broke off. And so my dad, today, on a whim, built me a new stand in his wood shop, and it's beautiful. Super quick and easy. So she is standing again at my height, which is lovely because today the plan is we are going to go back to Joann's and grab just a little bit more of this silk so that I can make Pike's neckerchief. And oh yeah, I almost forgot. I added the snaps to the front, not to the back yet. So regarding the snaps, today we are going to go to Joann's, get a little bit more of this fabric, see if I can get that other gold cording that I liked, and maybe some gold chains, because I have some ideas for some detailing on the skirt and on the hip armor pieces. And then when we get home, we are going to start draping. I am currently editing the hours and hours and hours of footage that I have for this video previously. It's taken me a while, but I got through it all. I should have been doing it as I went, which I think is going to be the plan now. But yeah, She's so pretty. I can't get over it. I'm so proud. I can't get over it. I'm in love. Oh, and we also need to pick up some red gems for my Sarin Ray necklace. So let's get in the car. Okay, so I completely forgot to film in Joanne's, but you guys have enough footage of me from the last time I went. So, super simple, quick, easy trip. I got a yard more of the main silk that we used for the bodice. I think this has become my new favorite fabric. I got a yard and a half of this because I have some things that I want to try out for like versions of the costume that I can play with. And then they had this kind of rosy gold. It's not rose gold, but it's definitely warmer than like the gold. It's more orange, less yellow. That I think I'm going to make a Sarin Ray symbol out of this and out of this to put on the front like loin piece, skirt piece thing. Because I'm gonna make one out of this, I'm gonna make one out of this, and then I'll see how they look on the chiffon fabric and we'll go from there. I also got more trims. I love trims. If there's one thing about me, I adore trims. I couldn't find the original one that I really liked, which was more of like a cording. That's fine. So I got this. I got 3 yards of each. So I got this one. And again, I'll put all the pricing up here for you guys. Gotta wrap this up. Hold on. And then I bought this, which is gorgeous. I mean, like, just beautiful. It's like this interlaced, pattern with these two. It's really cool. I don't know where I'll use it. So it's just kind of here for now. But it's always good to have gold trims. I feel like I use so much gold trim for so many like weird things. And if anything, Christmas is coming up, so if I don't use this for this project, I'll end up using it for Christmas ribbon. Which I know is awful, but it was only, I think, like $2.99 a yard, and we always reuse our ribbons, so it doesn't really matter anyway. So there's that. And then I bought some odds and ends. I got satin pins because, especially now that I'm working with the brocade and the satins primarily, my pins, my regular like generic sewing pins, are not sharp or thin enough and they leave holes in the satin. I got more gold bias tape because I ran out. I got blue bias tape, which we're going to use for the top of the skirt panels. And then I got these filigree clasps. I have no idea where I'm going to use them. I have a couple of ideas, specifically to put them on the armor, which I think could be really cool, like on the hip pieces, and on like where the chest piece would clasp. I got 3 sets. Can always get more. But they're just gorgeous. I mean, like, they're real metal. They're so pretty. I feel like I'm making a very elegant version of Pike. I'm definitely not making, like, the animated version of her, which I think is okay. I'm going for, like, her level 20 legendary, like, Belle's Hell's reunion. So, inadvertently, but I think I'm kind of definitely like Sarah-ifying this cosplay, which I'm really excited for. But yeah, I got these, which are just, I'm genuinely like obsessed with them. I saw them, I was like, do I need these? They're like $5 a piece. And then I said, yes, I need these. Yes.
So I got the filigree closures. I'm just gonna slip that back in there so I don't lose it. So I think my plan has changed. I'm going to, because I'm losing light, so I'll probably do the draping tomorrow for the skirt. So what I am going to do today is construct my Sarin Ray pattern, my Sarin Ray symbol pattern. I'm not going for the more, like, I'll put it on the screen here, the simple version of Pike's Sarin Ray symbol. I couldn't find any jewels at Jones, sadly. I'll find them somewhere else. But like the animated version is a little bit too simplistic for me, especially with the costume and the cosplay designs that I have, which are very elevated and elegant for her. Much more on the cleric side than the war gnome side. So I am going to go with instead the actual symbol of Sarin Ray from like all the illustrations in the game, and like the one that I drew on the drawing that I did. It's gonna be a little bit more detailed. I got this picture from the D&D wiki and from D&D Beyond, Wizards of the Coast. So I think we're going to do that instead of the simplistic version that Pike has on her necklace in the show, because I found a necklace on Etsy. Oh, there's a hummingbird outside my window. Hi! I found a really beautiful Sarin Ray pendant on Etsy. So I think I'm gonna match my symbols. I don't wanna like not have them match. So, okay, so I'm back. As you can see, I made a full pattern. Well, I drew half of it, folded the paper, made the whole thing, just so that I could see it in full, make sure I liked it. The other half has been cut up because I cut the pattern in half just to make it easier on me, and I cut the halo off because I'm going to make this out of the different fabrics. So like if this is the brocade, this will be the gold, and if this is the gold, this will be the brocade, if that makes sense. So now I am going to, this is without seam allowance. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trace this and then just cut out around it to make it easier for myself. And then I will most likely glue this. I'm still not sure how I want to do this. So we're gonna go through a few test runs, which is why I have so much fabric. But let's get cutting. Okay, so I have pondered and thought about how I'm going to get this and this onto my fabric. I tried using the actual fabric, as well as the silk. It is not working because getting these details onto the fabric is too much. I can't figure out how to do it. So what I think I'm going to do is get some gold and silver fabric paint, and I'm going to transfer this onto my chiffon fabric, and then I will give it good layers of fabric paint, just to make it easier, because I can't think of any other way. If I do within the next couple of days, then I will do that. Okay, so I just spent the last couple of hours draping, or not hours, about an hour and a half draping. This is the front, the way I like it. Obviously, it's just draped, and the Sarin Ray is just pinned. But it's just a simple front piece that is tapered on the edge so that it falls nicely. And then the back is just a bit of the same, except it's a bit wider, and it has longer tapered edges. So the front looks nice, and this will be more in like that, so it'll look like that. So tomorrow I will be sewing these, putting the edges on, and then I will do the snaps and make sure everything is sewed on. My camera's being weird. Oh, yeah, because I had it on cinematic mode. That's why. So it was focusing weird. But I think that's what we're gonna do for tonight. We're gonna leave it there so I can go sleep. Maybe. I don't know. Welcome back. It is December. What day is today? I think it's the 2nd. Yeah, it's December 2nd. 2:09 p.m. 2024. Please excuse my sweaty mess. I just got out of the gym. But we are we're gonna skedaddle out of here. Okay, we are going to Michael's to get the fabric paint, to paint the Sarin Ray symbol on the front portion of the skirt, and then we are going to finish the skirt, paint that on today, hopefully get everything done so that I can pack tomorrow, because I have to head back to Chicago for a weekend. So, I want to get everything done by tomorrow so that I can bring it all back to Chicago, and then just focus on the armor while I'm here. My EVA foam that I got for my armor shipped today, so that should be here in a couple of days, as well as the contact cement, and we will get started on that once that gets here. So yeah, let's go. It's sunny. Okay, so they didn't have the specific paints that I wanted. They only had dimensional paints, which is fine. I got gold. No, that's silver. I got gold and silver. The tulip ones are, for me, the best pigmented, especially when I'm painting onto an already colored surface. And I got a detail brush and just a regular, like, cheap brush. These are cheap brushes, so I can kind of ruin them with the paint. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna use this as like regular dimensional fabric paint. I'm gonna squeeze some out and then I'll paint it on. So I spent $18. Why are crafts so expensive? So I spent $18. At the end, I've got to have like a total of how much I spent on this damn cosplay. It's hard when I don't have my supplies. But I'm gonna go home, take a shower because I'm disgusting from the gym, and then we'll get started for the day. There's Boogie. Hi, I'm just out of the shower, hence the roller. Ignore it. But we've made some serious progress. I put the bias tape on the top of the front panel, and I added 2 more snaps just because it was sagging a little bit. But it still drapes really nicely here on the side. I'll probably iron it like here so that it has that crease right there. Still have to fix this, but that will be a last minute thing. I'm not going to add a snap in the front just because, 1, I don't have enough, and 2, I don't think I really need it. So now we are going to focus on hemming the sides and the front, or like the bottom, and then we'll have the front piece done, and then I will paint it, and then I'll do the exact same on the back. So yeah, let's get ironing and hemming. Hi. I have it on. Wait, there we go. So, oh shoot, you can't see the bottom, but that's fine. This is obviously not straight, it's just pinned for level. But I have finished the front skirt. There are two different ways of wearing it, with both buttons for a wider look, or with the second set of buttons off for like a shorter width-wise look, which I also really like. And I will see how each looks like once I have my hip armor. But now that I have done that, I'm going to go paint. But first, I'm going to keep the top on. There's a hole. I'm going to keep the top on, and trace this straight, and then try it on so I can see like if it's level or not. And then we will start painting. So, yeah. It's so pretty. Hi. It is December 4th, 9:42 p.m. I'm back in Chicago just for the weekend. I have some things to take care of. But what you guys didn't see over the last couple of days is that I completely painted in the symbol of Sarenrae on the front panel of the skirt, which looks amazing. And I have had some revelations about, well, my washing machine is going, about the top, like the blouse. I have it right now as a very thin layer of bias tape with the like snaps put in. I have cut myself on those snaps about 3 times. You can't see it, but there's one right there, there's one right there, and there's one on this pad of my finger too, putting on the top. That's going to be an issue because I don't want it to cut like into my stomach or to cut my fingers any more than I already have, because like the edges of the snaps are really sharp. I was looking at Kit Bus's original art. I'll put like the couple of images that I found up here on the screen. But I found her art and I was looking at some more inspiration photos, and I was thinking, what if I just cut off that band with the snaps when I get back home and put like a good solid layer of that Kona cotton that we used on the shoulders on the bottom. And then what I can do is when I get my corset, because even if like it snaps on the skirt panels snap onto the top, it's gonna look weird with a corset on top of it. So I'm gonna order the corset, and when I get the corset, I will then snap the skirt onto the corset instead of onto the shirt, which makes it easier and makes it less of like a slicing me hazard. So I think that's a good idea. It will also solve the problem that I'm having with the satin fraying, because that bias tape is so thin and I couldn't get like a good hem around the edge. So I think it will solve that issue too. So this is a reminder to me on Sunday when I get home to fix my top, and I'm going to order the corset right now. I have this awesome leather belt that I got for a Ren fair, but it's thin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place like a brown corset, just regular like a front lace corset, and then on top of that put the belt because it looks really cool. So yeah, that's the plan. Those are my updates. I will see y'all in a couple days when I'm back in California, because I can't really do much here. I don't have any of my stuff. So, yeah. Good morning. It is December 8th, 11:52 a.m. Another late start, but you know what? I was traveling all day yesterday, and I was exhausted because my flight was as chaotic as a flight can get. So, yes, but the plan for today is I received my corset and my belt. Let me go get them. So the corset is just like a fake suede underbust corset from Amazon. This one, which is good that it's cheap, but it's pretty decent quality, so it will last me a while, and it looks good. It's just a regular 12-bone lace-up clasp front corset. The belt, though, I'm so excited about this. This is a real leather, ethnically sourced, small artisan, handmade belt. I believe the company is called Hide and Play. They're a live action role play costume company. And I got it through the Stockyard Exchange, Stockyard X. And I will go get their card to read it to you, because I felt that it was really important that, since I did want to get real leather, that I got it from an ethical source, and I wanted to support a small business, handcrafted business. So let me grab the card and I will read it to you. All right, so it says, "Hello from Stockyard Exchange. Each of our brand collections are designed, sourced, and manufactured by local artisan communities throughout North, Central, and South America. We emphasize transparent small batch production, transparent material sourcing, energy efficient logistics, and proud and fair and individual craftsmanship. Please scan inside to reach out and most importantly, enjoy." And this beautiful belt came from a maker named Daniela in Guatemala. And it is batch number 9. So I got this like little card that shows you like all the stops it took. And then from, cause I was up in Chicago when I ordered it, so they put it here, but then from Guatemala, it shipped to Texas, and then it went to, that's Florida. No, it's not. Oh my God. I'm doing this backwards. It went to, oh yeah, that was Florida. And it went to California, over here. And then Hide and Play, let me pull up their information and I will talk to you guys about that. So Hide and Play is the Stock Exchange's live action role play brand. And they make just gorgeous leather accessories and clothing items. So and it was genuinely a really good price for this quality of leather and the craftsmanship and the small batches. So I was very grateful to have found this. And it's perfect what I need it for. The leather is beautiful. It's, treated suede on the inside. The straps are just, it's gorgeous. I could go on and on and on. So I will put links to Stockyard Exchange down in the description below. Please go check them out. It's 100% full grain leather, so this will last me a long time. It will conform to my body heat. So this will be a piece that I will have in my cosplay and Renaissance collection forever. So it's so pretty and it's just beautiful. Oh my God, I could go on. So let's get into talking about our plan for today. So while I was in Chicago, the beautiful skirt piece dried. It's kind of hard to see on here, but it is completely opaque on the fabric. I did like 4 layers of this paint, and then the silver is actually raised off of it. I wanted to make it look like the gold had been printed onto the fabric and then the silver was like a raised metal portion, which I think looks really great. I did leave it on the paper too long, so I have to get tweezers and like take off the paper towel from there. But we are keeping the snaps on this. It's beautiful. This piece is finished. What is not finished and what I'm hoping to get done today are the edits I am making, like the alterations I'm making to the top. So, as I discussed previously, these are not working out for me, nor is this bias tape. I cut myself pretty good multiple times. The bias tape was too thin in places, so it was, you know, fraying the satin. So today we are cutting this off. And we are going to put a 2-inch thick, 2-inch wide, not thick, that'd be crazy, 2-inch wide waistband of the Kona cotton, the same cotton that is the shoulder pad area, onto the bottom of this. And then we will, because I used up all my snaps, which is fine, they were cheap, I will go to Michael's, I will get more snaps, and then what I'm going to do is, instead of putting the snaps onto the top, because that would, because the top is going under the corset, it wouldn't work right with the skirt, nor would it feel good against my stomach. I am actually going to put the snaps into the corset, which will give it more structure. That way, the snaps will go onto the corset, the top will go under the corset will go on, the skirt will snap to this corset, and then the belt will go over the snaps to hide the snaps, and just kind of give it all a little bit more dimension and make it much more comfortable, since this corset is pretty tight, since I want it to be laced up nice and good, because I love wearing corsets. I have back issues. I slipped a disc last summer, and I'm just now recovering from it. So being in corsets lately for different, you know, Halloween costumes or costumes at school, I go to a theater school, so I play dress up for a living, or stuff like this, actually is really supporting for me. So while I don't, you know, straight lace myself, obviously, I give myself support, which I find really nice. So I'll be nice and supported, and my back will feel great, especially walking around all day in this cosplay and everything. It will feel good. So that's the plan. I'm gonna make myself some coffee, and then put everything back on Bertha. She's over there. She's undressed. Put this back in its bag. I don't want it to get ruined. And then we will get sewing. Yeah. Bye-bye, snaps. Okay, so I have finished. Oh, there's a thread. Hold on. I always forget to chop my threads. I have finished. Super easy fix. I think it looks so much better, so much cleaner. Considering doing it to the top too, but I'm not sure. I might leave the gold. The gold is kind of nice on the top. But there we have it. I am now going to finish the back skirt. And then I'm gonna go to the gym. And then on the way home from the gym, we'll go get the snaps and stuff. So, yeah, it looks good. It looks much better. You guys, it's finished. Well, finished. Still have to put the bias tape on the back. Still have to put the snaps on the corset. Still have to hem the back. But, you can't see it. The base layers are pretty much done. This took me almost 20 minutes to get into, but it was mainly lacing up the belt, which will take less time once I actually have it like leather. You know, I'll put some leather balm on it and I'll get it worn to my body, but and then I'll have the chainmail pants. It looks so good. I don't want to take this off. I've spent the past month and a half making this and the past 2 designing it. And it's finally coming together. And I'm like just so proud of myself. The Sarenrae looks gorgeous. My waist is snatched. I'm ecstatic. I'm so happy. We did that. I did this. And I look fantastic. And then of course there'll be the thigh armor, pauldrons, the chest plate, the bracers. But I wanted to be able to have something that I could wear without the chest piece on. Because I think that I want to be able to show off this amazing kind of underbase set. I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. Feeling very good about myself. Welcome back. A lot of progress has been made. A lot, but like seemingly a little. Hold on, my pins just fell on the ground. Oh no! Okay, so as you saw in the last clip, I have tried it on. I kept it on for like at least 30 minutes. I was so proud of the work that I've put in. I just got into cosplaying. I've always been a really big fucking nerd and have always wanted to do this, but I grew up in a place where it was considered really strange and weird, which is really sad because it's something that I've loved to dress up and embody characters since I was really little. And so I kind of just always stuffed it down. And when I moved to Chicago and I came into this new apartment with Luet, I saw like how cool they were and the amazing cosplay work that she was doing. And so I kind of like was just, fuck it. You know what? Let's get into it. I have the time right now. I have the drive to do it right now. Fuck it, let's just get into it and do it. And I'm so glad that I've kind of been able to tap back into that side of me. It's definitely something that I didn't think I would be doing because I didn't think I would have friends and a support system around me that would accept me for it. But I'm over the moon ecstatic. So what I have done since that last clip is I went to Michael's, I got more snaps. So I have now put this skirt snaps onto the corset just to make it easier. So that is done. That's done. The top is done. The belts, don't have to do anything to that. It's now time for the back skirt. And what I have decided is I'm not going to put snaps on the back. I'm actually just going to tuck it up in. That way I can like, I can kind of customize it day to day, but I do need to hem the bottom and the sides and then put the bias tape on the top just to make it easier. So we're going to go do that, and I think that will be all today. I still have to make the neckerchief, but other than that, that's it until my EVA foam comes for the armor. And then we'll get to work on the armor, which I'm really excited about. That's gonna be a big learning curve for me. So, yeah, let's get started on those final bits. Also, I've been like trying to get back on TikTok. I was never a big TikTok person, but I was like, you know what? I might as well start a cosplay TikTok. I posted one like have nothing to do with cosplay yesterday. It's popping off. And then this morning I posted a clip from a video that I sent to Luet of the progress of my cosplay. And that one's popping off too. Like, I was not expecting it. I was maybe expecting like, I don't know, maybe like 100, 200 views. They're getting up into the thousands, like couple thousand, which is nuts. I didn't think that would happen, so that's super cool. But you know, with TikTok, luck is luck, so especially with like timing of your videos and when you put them out and everything. So yep, we're gonna get started on the back skirt, and I will check back in with you guys once that's done. Good morning. it is December 12th around noontime. We are in my car because I just got out of work and my EVA foam was delivered. So we are going to go into Michael's and get the things we need to start the armor. And then we are going to spend today doing that. Because I only have about a week and a half until I go back to Chicago, and I would like to get all my armor done. So yeah, we're gonna go get some cutting materials. I need a cutting mat, stuff like that. And then we are gonna get going. I'm so excited! Hi. So it is December 13th, 2024. It's around noontime. I know I said yesterday that I was going to start on the armor pieces, but I was having some trouble with my printer, and then I realized I didn't have the tools that I needed, so we're getting started today. I have my breastplate pattern. I'm going to cut it out, tape it together, make sure it fits nicely on my person, and then right now getting printed out are the shoulder pauldrons, the leg guards, and my hip plates and belt. So we're gonna start cutting this out, taping this together, and then going from there. Welcome back. It is 3 hours later. I am covered in Sharpie, but I have most of my pieces cut out. I ran out of foam, so I am missing about half of the duplicates of the chest pattern pieces, like the mirrored sides, and then my hip plate. So I will order more, and hopefully that will get here tomorrow, and then I will be able to finish that. But I'm gonna clean up, put the pattern pieces away, and then tonight Dad and I are gonna go get the Dremel tools. So, yeah. Hi, welcome to the workshop. I just finished up sanding the pieces for one of the two pauldrons. So this is kind of like my test run. I am now going to glue and heat shape my pieces. And then I will move on to the belt. Let's start. So I have my heat gun out. I'm going to heat treat I'm gonna heat treat my pieces, and then we will go into contact cement and gluing. I do have a respirator on because I am using a solvent, and I have really sensitive system, so I don't want any like stuff in my lungs. Yeah. Welcome back. It is December 14th, 1:06 p.m. I spent most of this morning putting together half of the chest piece and the belt. I completely forgot to film because I was having a rough morning and coffee didn't kick in and whatever. But, so I am right now on my way to get some lunch, and then we are headed to Lowe's to get Plastidip, and then headed to Michael's to get more EVA foam and some Velcro and some elastic, because I did not do my math right on the foam and I did not get enough foam. So I have some more high density coming tomorrow for the chest piece and the hip plates, but I need some just regular low density EVA foam for the bracers and the leg piece and the pauldrons. So yeah, let's go get food. Hello, it is Monday the 16th of December at 6 p.m. I've just spent the past 4.5 hours putting together, my chest piece is hanging on the lamp, putting together and starting to decorate all of my armor pieces except for my leg guards. I ran out of contact cement, so we have to get that tomorrow. My hands are covered in red Sharpie and paint, and I'm so happy. My chest piece is drying. I will fill in the seams of the second half like I did on this half with foam clay tomorrow, and then I'll sand it down on Thursday. I have to finish decorating the hip plates and the bracers, which I will do tomorrow, but the pauldrons and the belt are fully decorated. I have to have this done by Saturday, and hopefully completely Plastidiped by Saturday. So we're coming down to the wire, but I am so incredibly happy with the design of my pauldrons. I absolutely adore them. The belt is super simple, has the same kind of curly cues on it. The hip plate is going to have Sarin Ray. The bracers are going to be part of the plate of the Dawn Martyr. And obviously that's going to be plate of the Dawn Martyr. So I'm gonna eat some dinner and crash. I worked this morning, and then did this, so I am exhausted. All right, well, I'll see you tomorrow. Hi. The chest piece is kind of together. I'm having to alter the shoulders. So it'll fit right once it's altered and it won't be big. But the last time I tried this on, I got stuck in it. So we're gonna try and take this off. Take off my glasses. There's elastic on the sides, but it's not very stretchy. So. That was much harder when it was fully together. Hi, it is December 18th,
at 8:30 p.m. and it is time for a progress update. So I've spent the last 6 hours doing a crap ton of work. I finished putting the pauldrons together. I finished putting the leg braces together, which is right there. I'm sorry, not the pauldrons. The leg pauldrons I finished putting together, and the bracers I finished putting together. I about halfway decorated the center of the chest piece. The back is just going to be plain. I completely finished putting the details on the plates and the bracers, which look gorgeous. I'm going to do the bracers, the leg pauldrons, and the chest piece as the plate of the Dawn Martyr. And then the hip plates and the pauldrons and the belts are just her normal armor. So these look beautiful. I love them. They're identical. And then evidently I have completely plasti-dipped and spray painted my belts and my pauldrons. It's just a base layer of hammered steel spray paint. And then when I get back to Chicago, I will weather it, age it, and put the gold detailing on, which I'm so excited for. But that is what I've done today. I made a ton of progress. Hopefully tomorrow, these have to wait. I have to put the rope detailing, like what's on here, on there, but I think I'm gonna use ribbon instead of the clay because I'm sick and tired of working with the clay. So this needs 48 hours to dry because of the clay. This needs 4, and that'll be able to work on right away. So I'll probably plasti dip those tomorrow, and the chest plate and the leg pauldrons, depending on what I want. But my goal is to get everything plasti dipped by Friday so that I can spray paint it on Saturday and put it in a box Saturday evening and ship it out. Yeah, it looks so good. I'm so ecstatic on the progress. So I'm exhausted. I've worked all day, but yeah, we will check back in. My hands are covered. This is like after washing my hands 3 times. I hope my boss doesn't say anything about it tomorrow at work. But yeah, I am ecstatic at the progress, and I'm now gonna go to sleep. Hi. It's been a while. It is February 23rd, 2025. Wow. And it is 5:40 p.m. I have not had a lot of time, I'm gonna set you down, to focus on the cosplay because I am a full-time student and I am an acting student and I had shows that I was working on. And also, I was waiting for things to come in the mail. So, without further ado, let's start painting things. These are my bracers, what they look like done. I have some touching up to do with the silver. And then we're gonna start on gold detailing. I have some mind to actually cut off these straps because the way that the paint has dried, it shrunk the foam. So I think I'm gonna do that. But I might paint them first just to see, because I have these leather straps that I probably will just attach and it'll be easier to get them on and off and everything. But yeah, we're gonna paint all this stuff. I have a bunch of stuff that I got for Christmas, a bunch of stuff that I brought out, and I will do a haul in a couple of days with all of that stuff, like accessories and things. But without further ado, let's get painting. Welcome back. It is currently 7:34. I am halfway through Liam's quest full circle. I have paint all over my left hand, and the gauntlets have been given their first 15 coats of gold. I wish that I had bought a gold that was more opaque, but I'm actually really happy with this finish.
And so it's worth all the coats, which is nice. They still have a lot to go. I'm gonna flip around the camera and do some close up. They still have cleaning up. They have details on this one, especially. The puffy paint that I used for the detailing got kind of flat, so I might go back and just go over it with gold puffy paint, or I'll just do some shadowing and detailing and making it look better. I ended up taking the armbands off. They're over here, which was, I think, the right call, because you can see like where they were getting bent and like the paint was cracking and everything. But I think it will be much better because I have these like brown leather straps that I'm using. But anyway, so I just decided to paint all the details over with gold, and then I'll go back in with the silver. It was the easiest and the fastest. So they need to be cleaned up, like the edges. I need to do the detailing on the edges of the gold pieces, except for like there's a little bit on here on the ribbing that I missed, but other than that, they all need to go back and do the edges, and I need to do detailing, clean up with silver paint. But I think I'm going to take a break for the night because I have class at 9 a.m. and I want to give these a full 12 hours to cure before I go in with details and stuff so that I don't mess up already what I have here. But it looks super good. So I am going to clean up and go to bed. My roommate is letting her use all of her painting stuff, which is so nice. I mean, I bought the paint and stuff, but I love them so much. They let me have access to their whole paint box, which is lovely. So yes, I'm hoping to get all of the painting, like the gold painting, done by the end of this week, now that I finally have time. And then once I get my next paycheck, I will buy the stuff that I need for like dry brushing and buffing. Sorry, not buffing, dry brushing and aging, which I think I'm gonna do with black and brown oil paints and like a dry old makeup brush that I have, which is the technique that I used for like model building and stuff in high school. So I think that's the plan. But yeah, these look so good. I'm actually genuinely so happy with it. And I'm so glad that this package full of my armor didn't get lost in the mail, which would have been just, I can't even imagine. One of my other packages got lost for a little bit, which is why it took me so long to start back up, not just my shows, my materials got lost. Thank you, Chicago USPS system. So nice. But they found them and they got them to me, which is great. But yeah, I'm glad to be starting up again. So I don't know what I'm doing. I'm exhausted. I'm rambling. I'm gonna go to bed. Good night. See you guys tomorrow. It's March 9th. It's 6:21. Lou and I are currently drinking root beers, listening to DJO, and painting. I have almost all of the pieces silvered and or fully painted, and I'm going to attach what's the word? The stretchy stuff, that stuff. Elastic onto it. So that's that. I just tried it on. It looks great. Yeah, okay.
Did you want me to?
Let's go in.
Hi, it is March 12th, 8:22 p.m. Luet, my beautiful roommate, just got done doing my head wrap for my wig. I will put some fun footage over there, but I am currently covered in black oil paint, and I have been putting the last finishing touches on the aging of my armor. I have both the pauldrons done. I have both the arm bracers done. I have the belt done. Sorry, I'm tired. It's been a long day. One of the leg pauldrons. I'm gonna finish the other pauldron tonight. The gold detailing on the thigh covers are drying right now, so I will do that tomorrow. I have decided to put the chess piece on hold. I spent so much time on that chess piece, and it's a little bit disappointing, but the fit isn't right, and I don't have time to fix it, and I don't want to wear something that will kind of ruin the whole look. But I tried it on the other day. I'll put the TikTok that I made here. You should go follow me on TikTok, Sarah Goes Dark, on TikTok and on Instagram. But I tried it on, and it looks beautiful with just the corset and the pauldrons. And that essentially, I didn't have the pauldrons done when I tried it on, so that's it'll have the pauldrons. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna edit the neckerchief and make it out of that. I knew I would have use for this fabric, that beautiful brocade that I got all those months ago back home in California at Joann's. Rest in peace. I cannot believe Joann's is going out of business. But the plan tonight is to finish the leg pauldrons. That's the other one right there. I mean, like, look at the drastic change. It's beautiful. Finish the leg pauldrons and then go to bed. I have 3 weeks until C2E2. My wig came tonight. Finished my wig pad out, like I said earlier, which I will show you guys later once I have the wig on it. 3 weeks till C2E2. Everything is here. It's just like finishing touches. I will give you guys a big breakdown of everything that I have once everything is done, including things that I have got, like potion bottles, a belt, accessories, stuff like that. The only thing left to get is my Mace of Destruction, and I'm waiting for a paycheck for that. So, yeah. In other news, I'm almost finished with the campaign. It's kind of sad a little bit, but I'm on episode 106, and spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, please skip ahead. I'll put the time code below. But Vecna just ascended to godhood, and they are currently working out how to get the Tremels and like how to use it. Right now they're arguing about some skull that was like in episode 32 or something like that. How they can remember that, I have no idea. But I'm very excited that I actually followed through on my promise to watch this whole campaign. I'm so excited to start the second campaign, and my hope is to get a lot of that watched over spring break, which is next week. So I'm taking a break from this project for a while, for 2 weeks, coming back. We have a week, and then it's E2E2. So I'm very excited. But yeah, it's been a hell of a ride. Not to mention I'm going to their live show, so I'm so excited about all of this. I'm so proud of the work that I put in, and it's not perfect, but it's my first cosplay build, and I cannot wait to wear it and show it off and hang out with my fellow critters. I have found like such a beautiful community with everybody, so I'm very excited. Alright, I'm gonna finish painting this. I will time-lapse it for you. There hasn't been a time-lapse in this video for a while, and not of the painting at least, so I will time-lapse it, and then I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll probably see you guys tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, when I get back from spring break. So, yeah. Welcome back. It is 8:56. I'm finished. For today at least. I have a final tomorrow, so I gotta go to bed. But I'm gonna clean up, wash this paint off of me.
change my shirt because I'm currently in my paint shirt. It's just covered in gold and silver and oil paint. And this shirt is ruined forever, but it's fine. It was given me for free by my school. So, it's a good work shirt. But, yeah, I'm gonna clean up and go to bed. And I will see you guys probably tomorrow or Friday for a haul. And to paint the thigh pieces. All right, good night. Hello, hello. Don't mind my messy closet. I'm currently in the midst of doing laundry and spring break packing. But it is March 13th, 2025, 5:18 p.m. And I got my wig. Oh my gosh. So I finished the pad out last night. It is my head. That's a photo that Lou took of me hunched over, awful posture, painting my armor like 3 days ago. But she's currently has the bangs sectioned out, as well as the portions of braids that I'm going to be doing. I think I'm going to be doing some Viking braiding on her, like some Old Norse braid. Pike is a war gnome, so that for me, like, very much gives like old Viking stuff. So I have one braid on each side. Sadly, I do not have time to fix the wefts on this wig, so I will be doing one bun instead of two, because when I separate it down the back, you can see the wefts clean as day. So that will be a project for a later date. Yeah, I'm currently waiting for laundry. I cleaned my room, kind of, sort of, ish. The desk is clean, it wasn't, and the floor has been vacuumed and swept, and my closet has been cleaned up. But so in between doing laundry, I will be braiding my hair, the wig hair, not my hair. I just have to figure out, like, what kind of braid I want to do. There's this cool loop braid that I found on Instagram that I'll probably do. But, yeah, let's get braiding.
It flies down, lands on your shoulder. It's a bigger raven than any you've seen before. You've not seen this raven around?
Although a scratch.
It leans into it. And every day that raven comes to visit. And that's how we're going to close the campaign.
What a nice story.
Wow.
Let's do it again.
Oh my God.
I finished it. Hi, so welcome back. It is April 2nd, 7:42 p.m. April 2nd, 2025, 7:42 p.m. And what you just saw me do is my wig prep. Now, granted, it was very fast, very messy, very dirty, but what you probably noticed is that I don't do pin curls. I have very thick hair. It is called a hair wrap instead of pin curls. So you essentially take alternating sections of hair and you wrap them around the head, crisscrossing, so that it creates a really flat, condensed scalp for you to put your wig on over top. So this is what I do underneath my wigs. It's also what I did underneath my wig cap when Luet did my head wrap for my wig bust. So I have the correct dimensions for what I will be putting my wig on over top. Now, as you saw in the previous clip, I have finished styling preliminarily. That's not a word, but you know what I mean. So it is time to try on the wig. I'm so excited. Here she is off the wig bust. She looks so beautiful. Now it is time to put her on. There are some modifications that need to be done, but I need to cut this side. And the wig is finished. She looks so good. I love her. Hello everyone. It is April 6th, 2025, 6:32 p.m. And we are doing the long-awaited, since the cosplay is done, except for some detailing that I have to do on the tassets. We're doing our haul of things that I either got or was gifted or had for this cosplay that I am using. Some things I will not be showing you, like my wig, but other things I will be showing you. So let's go through. I've broken it up into 4 different kind of categories, and we will go through it from there. I'm gonna grab a couple of things out of my closet, and then we will get going. Okay, so I am back with everything, and we are going to start off with our clothing category. So what I want to preface is any patterns or anything will be getting their own credit. I will be saying where I got it from, or if I don't remember,
I'll try my best to find alternatives, things that are like that. And then for the Critical Role live show, I am not wearing my full cosplay build. I'm not wearing my design. I am wearing Pike as she was animated. So the white shirt, white pants, all that sort of stuff. So let's start. So this is the blouse that I will be wearing for the live show. I got this at TJ Maxx, although the brand is Max Studio London. This was a steal. I got this for like $9. The white pants are not here yet. I did get those on Amazon. I'm not big on buying things on Amazon, but some things, because of the time constraints, I did have to buy them on Amazon. And I will put the photo and the brand over here. Now, my chainmail leggings for my C2E2 build. These are from Athros Excite Designs on Etsy. The pattern for the blue blouse that I made was patterned from, and I hope I'm saying this right, made with Merida, and it is the Sleeve Sewing Pattern Volume 1 on Etsy. The gloves that I got, these were an old purchase. I got these a long time ago, but these I believe are from Amazon, and I'm going to troll my orders, and I will put a picture of them up there. The corset, which you guys have already seen, that was an Amazon purchase. I will put it up again there. And then my beautiful leather belt is from the Stockyard Exchange. And she is from the Hide and Play collection. So that was all of the clothing. Now we are going on to my armor patterns. A lot of these, as you guys, as I talked about very early on in the process, I took a lot of inspiration from Cheesecake Panda on Instagram, and I actually found out that she sells armor patterns on Etsy. So I went and I got a lot of her armor patterns, and I worked with those. So I have her, and she has a shop on Etsy by the same name. So I used her shoulder pauldron pattern, which was the Paladin, the leg greaves or guards pattern, as well as her arm gauntlet pattern. I got those from her Etsy shop. And then the two others that I got, the other armor patterns that I got from Etsy, are both from, I hope I'm saying this right, Kamui, Kamui cosplay store on Etsy. I got their belt and hip protection or tassets pattern, and then I also got their breastplate pattern, which was the female foam breastplate pattern collection. So those are what I got for my armor patterns. The breastplate pattern didn't end up working out, but I did still purchase it and make it, so I want to give them credit. I just didn't do the sizing correctly. My wig is the WW039 wig from Weekend Wigs. Next up are my ears. These are the small elf ears from Aradani Costumes. They are handmade. They are latex. No, they're silicone. My bad. So people with latex allergies, they shouldn't bug. And they just attach with, as you can see, I've already put them on once to try the fit. They just attach by spirit gum, which is super easy to take off with an oil cleanser or spirit gum remover. And then all of my other makeup and hair materials are from my own collection. I am an actor, so I have a lot of makeup at my disposal, and any wig styling tools that I used that weren't mine were borrowed from my roommate, Luet. They very graciously let me borrow some of their things. But now on to my favorite part. And we will be saving the big one for last. So let's start off with my potions, which you guys saw me make. I had the bottles and like the holders for so long. I think I may have gotten these from Amazon like 5 years ago, and when I went back home for spring break, I just grabbed them and I brought them out with me. And then the materials that I used for them were all things that I had at home: the mica powder, the isopropyl alcohol, and the vegetable glycerin. So I made these fun little potions, health potions, with that. So I don't know where I got these, probably Amazon. I've had them for years, but those are my potion bottles. That will be going on what is next, which is my waist belt, which currently has another thing on it that I will show you guys in a little bit. But this is my waist belt. I got this from French Meadows on Etsy. It's a beautiful, like, deep espresso brown leather with brass fittings. It's very gorgeous. I wanted a nice belt for my waist belt because my crossbody belt, I am planning on using one that I was gifted a very long time ago that I have to find. I don't know where it is, but that one is not as nice as this one. So I really wanted a nice belt for my waist belt. So French Meadows on Etsy. My Sarin Ray necklace that I love is from Bad Wolf Gaming Design. Bad Wolf Gaming Design on Etsy. But yes, this was an Etsy purchase, and I love it, and it falls so nicely. Yes, okay. My 2 favorite things ever. I got this bag from my parents for Christmas. This was a big Christmas ask, and it is a gorgeous leather side bag. This was made by Weem UA. Again, think I'm butchering it. OIUMUA on Etsy. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's got this little flap, and then it's got the tassel, and it opens up into a big pocket, and then these little 2 pockets, and then you just tie it up like this, and you put the flap over, and it is going to be my hip bag for this cosplay. I am in love with this. This is a piece that will be forever in my cosplay and Ren Fair closet. I could go on and on about this bag. The beads and it's so cute. The leather braiding. It's so nice. And it is handmade. And then the big thing. Guys, I might have bought a mace. So this is the Mace of Destruction from Epic Armory. I did not have time to make my own mace. And I knew that even if I did, it wouldn't be the quality that I wanted it to be. So I saved up my money for a couple of paychecks, and I bought this baby. It does not look like what Pike has in the animated series or anything like that, but it is gorgeous, and I feel like this would be something that she would totally have in, like, her starter days. It's gorgeous. It is painted EVA foam. It's got a wooden dowel in the middle, and then I had this skirt hiker lying around at home that I've, again, had for years, probably an Amazon purchase, and it fits perfectly around this, and it sits perfectly on my belt, so that I will be able to carry this. If I don't want to carry it by hand, I can just open the rings up, put it on the belt. So this, again, is from Epic Armory. She is gorgeous, and she is going on my wall right here when this cosplay is finished, along with a couple of other swords. But I am so in love with her. She's just amazing. And the fact that she's actually called the Mace of Disruption is great. It barely fits in the camera. Okay, yeah, here it goes. It's about 2.5 feet long. So it just rests above the floor when I walk. So yes, I am very much in love with her. She's my baby, and she feels really nice. She's quite a bunk on the head, but she won't hurt you. So yeah, that is my haul for what I am using, or the patterns I used and everything for this cosplay. I am so grateful for the fact that I was able to be able to purchase so much of this stuff, and I really wanted to focus on the fact that a lot of this stuff would be in my my cosplay and Ren Fair kind of basket of things. So that was kind of my excuse for all of this. I cannot believe the con and the live show is 4 days away. That doesn't feel real. But yes, you'll probably see some footage from me tomorrow or Wednesday painting things. But I'm gonna go make dinner, and I will see you guys very, very soon. And that will be at the live show and at C2E2, which will probably be separate vlogs from this. I'll probably have a CR live show and C2E2 vlog up after this one, maybe a week after the con and the show. So I'm so excited. Yeah. See you soon. Good morning. It is April 10th, 11:29, and I have officially finished my build as of last night. C2E2 is tomorrow. I was con crunching a little bit, but I got the final details on the armor done last night. I finished hemming and figuring out what handkerchiefs I was going to use for the different costumes, and I am so excited. This has been a crazy ride of learning so much, and there were so many mistakes that I made, and you know, things aren't perfect, but considering that this is my first build and I'm doing it with friends and I did it all on my own and I learned myself, I'm just so happy and excited. I wanted to thank everyone who watched this extremely long video. I know this is not usually the form of content that people want to watch. This started off as an idea like, I'll pretend I'm vlogging just so that I can put a video together to kind of commemorate this for me, and then as it turned into something more like a ritual for myself, I was like, well, you know what? I'll actually post it on the internet, and if it gets 0 views, it gets 0 views, but I still made something and I chronicled that, and I'm putting it out there, and I'm putting myself out there, which is so fun. So again, wanted to thank everyone who watched the video as long as it was. Thank you for listening to my rants and me figuring out what I'm saying and all that shit. Yeah, again, this has just been a complete ride. I don't really know what else to say. I will definitely make sure to put a little bit of footage of tonight's live show and C2E2 at the end of this video. Those will be a separate video vlog that you guys will be able to look forward to. But I am going to get dressed, go to class, do homework, and then get ready to go tonight and go have like the weekend that I've been looking forward to for almost a year. So thank you guys again so much for watching. Please do make sure to check out all the amazing creators and small businesses that I linked down below. Go check out my roommate, Luet, Lulu Can Cosplay, on all of their socials. Her stuff will be linked down below. She has really been the big support for me through all of this. So I'm so excited to get to experience this with them. This is gonna be so fun. As well as, please go check out my socials. My Instagram and my TikTok will be linked down below. And I'll also put my website in there for kicks. I am a professional actor and voice actor, so I do other stuff here in Chicago besides just goof around with cosplay and my hobbies. So that'll all be down there. And thanks again for coming along. This was so fun. Let's go have fun this weekend. Love you guys. Do I have anything in my nose?